Welcome everybody to Boys at Rest. I'm Isaac, and I'm here with Kevin.
Let's go.
Keegan.
Hey, what's up?
Joe.
What's up, everyone?
And Andrew.
Hello.
Today we're going to talk about superheroes and what we think about them. You know, recently, Avengers, what is it called? Infinity War came out.
Classic.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
what's
Classic.
it called?
The name escaped me for a minute.
No,
but,
get out of here.
Classic.
Get out of here.
We've all seen it, right?
Yeah.
And obviously, if you haven't seen it by now,
Spoilers alert.
yeah.
Stop.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's what.
If you haven't
That's
seen
what
it-
I
if you haven't
didn't have to
seen it
say
by
like
now-
that, but
If you haven't seen it by now, kill yourself.
well, no, but
Go on. I mean, do whatever you want, to be honest.
you don't have to see it. Actually, you know, it's a movie. You really have to be a Marvel fan to enjoy it. I think personally,
Oh, so we're getting right into it.
but we've all seen it.
Yeah.
Kevin, what don't you like about
What
that
don't I
movie?
like? Basically, it's just kind of like a...
You don't like it?
No.
Oh,
But
I was
it's
misunderstood.
kind of like... I mean, like, it has structure, but... It's a lot of things going on, and
That's-
if you don't
yeah,
know
that's fair,
all the
that's fair.
characters, it's a little confusing.
It's a movie made for Marvel fans mostly.
Yeah.
And luckily I am one.
It's
of
also a
huge Marvel
superhero
fans, so.
movie, and some of the pacing, a little weird.
Yeah.
But
I thought it
You know.
was probably the best Marvel movie that
I think,
to date,
yeah.
but you know that's what
Yeah.
everybody
Well,
says
it's
about
also
every new
Civil
Marvel.
War, but-
Civil War also
Civil
good,
War had
but
just, it had one...
I actually okay. Sorry, go
Actually,
ahead. Go
it
ahead.
had one coherent plot.
No,
Mhm.
Like, there wasn't a lot of,
Yeah, that's
branching
true.
off.
The thing I liked about
Okay,
Civil
that's
War,
like-
the thing I liked about Civil War was that the wide variety of characters. But obviously, Infinity War
yeah, it's kind
tops
of
that.
amplified.
Way more characters,
Black
so that's
Panther.
probably why I liked it.
You got-
Civil
you
War
guys
is good,
seen
it's just-
Black Panther?
What?
Black Panther.
All right.
You guys, have we all seen Black Panther?
Have we
No.
all seen
I
Black
haven't.
No, you
Yeah.
haven't.
Well, you wish to know.
It's
Oh, we
you're
can-
missing out.
Do you want to move on from Infinity War?
I mean,
Yeah,
just
let's talk
like-
about DC.
It's just
DC?
Yeah, I want
We can talk about
Let's
that.
talk
We can
about
talk
the-
about it later.
Let's talk
Later.
about the landscape in general right now. So, what we got? We got Marvel, and we have DC. And there's no other competing market.
Mhm.
It's a little
Yeah.
dangerous, isn't it? That we have this one studio pretty much dominating film in general.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
no,
can
it's
understand where you're
'cause-
coming from. Yeah.
Like, because now that DC just can't make a good movie to save its own life.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman
Then-
was good.
No.
That's what people say. I haven't seen it.
I've never seen it.
I don't feel like watching it because I'm a man.
Exactly.
Get your women out of my...
I'm sorry, guys. No jokes.
That's why I
We
don't
promise.
like
No jokes.
Star
I'm sorry.
Wars either, because there's a woman in it.
Kevin, no jokes. We promise.
No, before the
Oh yeah,
podcast.
no jokes
This is a
allowed.
serious podcast. We're not joking around
Yeah,
here.
this is
So I
only-
hate women.
That's not a joke. He's not joking.
Yeah, can you stop laughing?
You said something about people saying that Wonder Woman is good. I heard that a lot. I have not seen that.
Well, neither have I. But, I mean, even then, it's kind of like they expected it to not do good, obviously. Because in Justice League, they kind of like added on her scene in post. Pretty
Mhm.
much like. So, like, they're pretty much grabbing onto whatever they can get.
Yeah.
Kind of like trying to salvage whatever.
Have you guys seen Batman versus Superman or
Oh,
any of the
no.
new
Oh,
DC
yeah.
movies?
Oh,
Never
that's
watched
pretty
Or
bad.
Justice
It's
Never
League?
watched
just
I
not
just-
terrible.
I don't want you to.
Oh, okay. I did actually see Justice League.
How was it?
I wouldn't recommend watching
Oh, no.
it. I would not recommend watching it. It's not, and I know people online don't know that I. My
Greg, we're
opinion.
talking about you.
My
I
opinion.
think like Suicide Squad.
That's what I was gonna bring up.
Oh,
Yeah,
About Suicide
people
Squad.
so we can all just
don't really
collectively
trust
agree
my.
that
Okay.
Isaac doesn't get an opinion.
No. That's what this is for, goddammit. Isaac,
I do not.
What do you like about Suicide Squad?
Do you wanna-
What do you like? about
Okay.
Suicide
What do you
Squad?
like?
Well, we're just gonna. I was gonna say something about Justice League.
Oh
First.
yeah. Go ahead.
It is not a good movie,
Okay.
but I think it's better than Batman versus Superman. Still not good, but if it's better than their previous one,
It's not a hard movie to watch, though.
true. Fair point.
Yes.
How did you think like the comedy and all the lighthearted stuff was implemented in the film?
Well,
In which one?
In
Seriously?
Justice League.
Justice League.
it's terrible because.
Oh.
Sorry, you're asking.
It was the thing. They had this thing. For those of you who've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. They had this thing with Aquaman, and they kept asking him like, maybe they only asked him once, but it felt like they asked him a bunch of times. Do you talk to fish?
See,
And I
because
guess it's like
that's always the trope with Aquaman. Everyone, because DC just wants to dumb him down and make him like the Hawkeye of DC, where he's just stupid.
Hawkeye's a funny character.
But like they want to make him
Well, yeah.
stupid, like oh yeah, he's useless. Aquaman's cool. He can do cool stuff.
Aquaman's
but they
alright,
just
and
don't
then-
let him.
What?
Yes, he is.
No, look, he's talking about the character
If you've
himself.
read the
He's not
comics.
talking about in the movies.
Not in the movie.
If you've seen the comparison, also he looks
No,
exactly
just like-
like Steven Adams.
He does.
Like exactly.
Can we talk about
exactly
what happened with DC? They used to make good Batman movies.
That's
The
that,
Dark
then-
Knight, the
different
Dark
studio.
Knight is so
I mean,
good.
still,
And
like,
different studios.
why couldn't they at
Christopher
least take
Nolan.
Yeah.
information?
Talk about
he
the Dark
left, I
Knight.
think, or not.
Well,
we should. Those are good.
With Christopher Nolan,
That's what DC has going for it, but they just
doesn't direct them.
It's
the
gone.
problem with DC movies is the studio. Clearly, they brought freaking Joss Whedon in to CGI off of Henry Cavill's freaking mustache. No one knows what they're doing.
Did you guys see
Clearly.
the tweet? It was like, DC is now planning to make better movies. Like, what was their goal before this?
Yeah. But I absolutely hate the new Batman. Okay. In Justice League, he did absolutely nothing. There was no point of him being in that movie besides he's part of the Justice League.
Also, isn't like Cyborg a character?
yeah,
Yeah,
and they just
that's
kind
it.
of throw him in barely.
Flash.
Like,
They just threw him
And then-
too.
I think that really annoys me is that how in Suicide Squad and Batman vs Superman, they paint Batman as this character who's all business, serious,
he's barely in them.
dark, brooding. In Suicide Squad though, like in the scenes he's in,
He's like he's in
supposed-
one. He's on top of the
I
car.
know
in
he's
one scene.
supposed to be like super threatening though.
Well, because
But
it's
then
from
they,
the point
but
of the
then
film.
they interested but in Batman vs Superman, they try to make him like this super dark, brooding character, and it's like super serious.
He's so weak
But then
in the new movies.
in Justice League, they try to just completely rebrand him as this character who's like, I'm just gonna joke around and try to add all those quippy Marvel stuff.
Yeah,
And that's
yeah.
the problem with DC. They're trying too hard to be Marvel. The extended universe.
They need to do their
But-
own thing.
Their problem is, well, they were doing their own
Well,
thing, and
that's
that
true.
clearly didn't work.
Well, yeah, actually, here's the problem is the comics. They're both superhero comics, so there's only so much so many different things that you can do with either side. So it does put them in a little bit of a tough situation, but I know different directors, different film studios, but the old Batman movies are so good.
Even then you can see, as it devolves in Dark Knight Rises, you can see like the studio kind of putting their hands in it's already devolving.
hmm
So.
I have a special place in my heart for. I always get the name wrong, but the one with the Joker, is it The Dark Knight
Dark
Rises?
Knight.
Dark Knight.
Oh, Dark Knight.
with Heath
Okay.
Ledger.
Rest in peace.
Right.
Probably just gave
Well, not
the
rest-
rating.
Probably the greatest.
Gotten pieces.
It's
so
probably the
good.
greatest Joker performance, personally. Heath Ledger, just pristine performance as Joker. Like, it was really good.
Pristine, man.
mean, well,
That's the
I mean,
right word.
Sorry, it's
No,
a big
it's
boy
not.
word.
That's really good.
It's beyond my vocabulary.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe I'll
Oh.
cut that out too.
Heath
No,
Ledger.
no
Let's
jokes,
cut this
man.
no, don't ever.
No jokes on this
Don't.
podcast. This is a serious podcast. Are you kidding me?
Heath Ledger was a great Joker, though. He's probably the best Joker we'll get in a while. Because
Mhm.
they're trying to make a spin-off film
Are you
for the
really gonna
Joker.
slander Jared Leto like that?
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Can we just talk about
They're-
Jared Leto's Joker
They're
for a second?
they're making a Jared Leto Joker movie.
They're making one, but it's not going to be Jared Leto, but
Okay,
it's going to be based
okay.
off that character. It's going to be
Okay.
based off that
God,
Joker.
that's horrible.
Okay, Joker movie, perfectly on board.
Okay,
But
Based off the
let's
Jared
face off
Leto.
for a second.
you don't agree with that? I would love a
actor.
Joker movie. That'd be cool.
The problem
Yeah.
is they're making bad movies, and
Yeah.
the problem with the studio right now is
They're gonna make it
Star Wars has a Kathleen Kennedy, and Marvel has
The Russo brothers.
no. I mean the dude who like
Oh, I see.
owns the franchise.
Yeah,
Those
yeah.
are all recognizable names.
Mickey Mouse.
DC doesn't have that. DC doesn't have someone
DC's a
who's in
Mickey Mouse
charge and can
corporation.
handle everything. That's their
Yeah,
problem.
it's just
That's
run
what they
by a
need.
bunch of
It's
idiots.
run
Also,
by
I
literally
watched,
idiots.
I watched, what is it, the Man of Steel a few years ago.
Oh,
holy
I think
God.
so boring.
I
So-
turned it off.
just
I couldn't
sucks.
finish it.
It's
I
so
couldn't
terrible.
finish
It's
it.
literally the worst movie,
I couldn't
comic
finish
book
it.
adaptation of a movie.
Here's another
ever.
thing about Justice League. Batman, as I already said, is useless and pointless, and he doesn't need to be in the movie. Besides the fact that what I mean is, he could have been so much better. It was
Why would
terrible.
you have
But
to
anyway,
I honestly don't want to talk
Ben
about Justice League.
Affleck.
well, I know, but no, but what I was gonna say is another problem is Batman is so weak in that movie. Like Superman just like punches him down in one scene,
Well,
and he's just
that's-
like on the ground, just like.
It's because they're so.
That's the
like,
point of Batman's character, though, right? Because
Yeah.
that he's human.
Well, actually, wait. Let me
I
I think
guess-
it's
True, it's
executed
true.
I guess I never really thought about that. That's true.
very poorly.
You guys-
I did want. That reminds me. I did want to talk about Batman is a superhero, but he doesn't have superpowers or like
That's
anything
what
Yeah,
I'm
wrong
that's,
with him.
that's,
It's
that's one of the
interesting.
reasons I like.
That's what DC has going for
That's
them.
what's
Batman.
supposed to make him super cool.
Yeah.
But
it
then
does.
DC just decides to turn around and just go.
Like, what's your superpower? I'm rich. I hate that. I hate that
And
line was
also,
in
yeah,
like
another thing.
maybe
Yeah,
I'm speaking
so-
for myself
No,
here.
it's so stupid because that's supposed to be what's gonna make him cool and different from everybody else. That he doesn't have.
Oh no! I was about to say
Martha's
the,
my mother's
the
name.
worst twist in movie history.
Well, okay. It's also bad because it just portrays his character.
No,
He's,
it's like-
he's like
Both of
he's
their
like-
mothers' names was Martha.
and he's like giving away his identity. Like Martha Wayne?
Wait,
That's my mom.
No, and then Amy Adams.
Your
comes
mother's name is
running in,
Martha,
like,
and
no,
they're like
stop.
Martha.
Both of their mother's name is Martha.
Oh,
Well,
and
I
also
I get that the point is not that.
Wait, that's Batman vs
That-
Superman, right?
Yeah, I get
Yeah.
that the point is
I was
not
thinking-
that he's like, oh, your mom's named Martha, I'm not gonna kill you. I get that that's not the point. The point is to show that he's a human too and he has a mom. But it's so ungodly horrible.
yeah, and another thing I hate about the Batman versus Superman, they ruin Batman's character further because they make him shoot a gun and they make him kill people. Two
Yeah,
things
no,
that he's known for
like,
not
goes
doing.
against Batman's
He doesn't
character.
use
Isaac-
guns and he doesn't kill people.
Isaac, you don't understand. It's cool.
And then
Guns are cool. If
And
he kills
Superman
someone,
dies.
it's awesome.
Superman dies, but then at the end you see like the dirt. Oh no, it's
Whoa.
not dead. Oh whoa.
He's
Oh,
not.
that-
Okay, sorry. Spoiler alert. In Justice League, he comes back.
Yeah. Did anyone
No.
expect him to actually die?
What?
It's Superman.
No, but like, no, I don't think.
It was
At
okay.
the very end, it's like.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
it.
exactly.
I will
So did
say
anyone
it was
expect him to
interesting. I know that Doomsday, the comic, is where Superman actually dies.
Yes.
It was interesting to see Superman die in the movie. I'll
It's
give
stupid
it.
how in DC, after like Batman and Superman have this huge fight and they're nearly killing each other, and you know there's just destroying civilians and killing people and all this stuff. And then next movie that they're seeing together, there's instant friendship. They're buddy buddy.
Yes, that's true.
And that's what Marvel did correctly with Infinity War.
The hate thing between
Yeah.
well they have to like work together again and because
Yeah, it was-
they have to like band them all back together. And then Falcon at one point was like, this is really awkward. Like,
Yeah.
that was funny.
Yeah.
And like
and
they did that like correctly.
and
Like,
Tony
they,
Stark didn't want to call.
yeah, because they don't like each
Even
other.
though the universe depended on it, he didn't want to call
Yeah,
him.
and that's
because
like that's just shows how like there was so much emotional turmoil when that happened. It's just crazy how.
I feel like you're holding it to too high of a standard. It's a superhero
That's
movie.
true, yes, that's true.
I feel like it's not. Oh, in this scene you could see like it mirrors the way the hotel scene worked out. in No
maybe
Country
we are
for Old
reading into
Men.
it a little bit, but I just thought
No,
that
I
was a
think
nice
they did
touch.
that much better than like. Oh, we're instantly friends again because we got to fight.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, no,
I get what you're saying,
That's
but
kind of what we're saying.
but
we are.
I don't subscribe to the idea that these movies portray emotions in the correct way.
No, that's
well,
that should be what.
No
movie
offense,
does.
Keegan. I think emotional turmoil is a bit generous, but
What
it
do
was.
you mean emotional turmoil? That's what it was.
I guess.
On a very small scale.
That's
I
a
mean,
very.
But you have to take it at face value in a movie where they can't really portray what
Well,
it does
absolutely.
to you
I'm just saying,
in
like,
an hour, like 2 hours.
Yeah.
I'm just.
No, it's fine. I understand what you're saying. I just, I understand that you think that we're reading into it a little bit, and maybe we are a tad bit.
In the end, it's
Superhero movie.
It's a
Yeah,
superhero
that's
movie.
true.
And in the
That's
end,
true.
you fight a villain that usually just doesn't matter at all, and things blow up.
I just get really into superhero
What?
movies. I really.
I
like
mean,
Marvel.
but
No, what were you
Thanos.
saying?
in the end, they win.
That's why I said usually.
I just think Marvel movies are really entertaining.
Yeah.
Speaking of I was on Twitter just a second ago.
Oh, yeah.
Ant-Man and Wasp is coming out tomorrow. What do you guys?
Oh
What is-
yeah. What
Oh
are you guys,
God,
Ant-Man
no.
and Wasp.
What are you
No,
gonna
thank
watch? What are you gonna watch it?
I'm gonna watch
I
it.
think I'll watch it.
Because okay, Ant-Man
It'll portray.
it was alright. It was not
Ant-Man's
like
fun, but, like, that's all.
outstanding.
The thing
I
I
watched
liked
it
about
with Teddy's.
Ant-Man was the whole aspect of a small-scale heist. It's not like,
Yeah.
oh, the whole world depends on this.
Yeah.
It kind of devolves into that.
This is the reason I want to watch it. This is pretty much my driving motive to watch it. It happens before Thanos snaps his fingers, so people are wondering if there's going to be a part in the movie where people start disappearing, or after the credits scene.
That's gonna probably happen in the after credits.
And I want to see that. That's going to be really cool.
I don't know. That's what they want you to do. It's like, oh, hey, there's gonna be more added on from Infinity War here. Go see it.
There's
No,
already
but
there's
if you're
already
Marvel, yeah,
Infinity
fine.
War 2.
I mean, yeah, though.
I'm fine
That's
with
already
that.
confirmed. That was confirmed before the first
Well,
trailer.
well, I
That
mean,
was
do you
showing
do you
today.
think
No,
that if the movie's over, the Infinity War is
No,
over?
I'm just saying that they're like tying it in to be like, oh, this is
Oh, I
gonna
see, I
work
see,
into
yeah.
this, so you
Yeah.
gotta go see it.
Yeah.
I
except
don't like
no,
that.
that's-
Well,
but
they
it's good
I mean they
marketing.
get me with that.
Oh, yeah, of
I buy
course.
into that.
Of course, it's good marketing.
Good marketing
but-
doesn't mean it's just being good, though.
well, obviously, it's working. You
Yeah,
said
it's
you want to see
working,
it,
but,
and
like-
that's
It
fine.
it works on me. Maybe
But
it doesn't. Maybe
I would
maybe
not,
not
like to
theaters.
see it
Maybe-
because the character of Ant-Man is interesting as like a thief and all that, but his dynamic with other characters in the movie is like really just.
It's just
No,
for
how
laughs.
he's like
It's
a
just
fan of
it's just-
them. It's like,
it's
oh, you're
like-
Captain America.
It's just gonna be a
I mean,
it's
such
just
a
gonna
huge
be a
fan.
stupid fun movie, honestly.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be like I think it'll be good, but not like
I'm not interested.
really good.
See, what's gonna happen is it just Marvel has this weird thing where it has like ups and downs where it just one movie it's happy go lucky, next movie it's like depressing. Like what they did was Ant-Man, it was like super happy, and then the next movie Black Panther, which was like a lot more serious,
Well, but
and then Thor Ragnarok,
And
and,
it-
then there was Infinity War, and then they had this pattern of just going back and forth between serious and
also I really
dumb
liked
fun.
Black Panther. But can we talk about how there was a what are those joke?
Yes, there
yeah.
was a one of
It's,
those.
no, but it
yeah.
works. The character.
No,
if
it
you don't-
doesn't work. With
No,
the
it doesn't.
character.
No, it doesn't work with the character. But if
No,
you,
how would they know what
if
that
you
is?
know
I
the
don't
character,
It was bad.
It was bad.
It was bad.
But it makes.
I'm not
it was-
justifying it at all.
No,
I don't know what Joe's
it
on
makes
about.
No, it makes sense. It doesn't make sense.
Why does it
but
make sense?
It doesn't
No,
make sense.
Joe, you
It-
gotta know what you're
the
saying.
character
Wait, let him talk.
was like the kind of person who would still make one of those jokes in like 2018.
Yes, but she's in
hate that
Wakanda, and
character.
how would she know what are
Because
those are?
Because
And
they
also,
have advanced technology.
okay,
She
no.
has an iPhone.
That
yeah.
was-
So if they have advanced technology, wouldn't you think that she knows what the current meme is?
No,
Yes, I know.
What?
Not-
No.
Yes.
Oh,
What?
Yeah, she has an iPhone. She has an
Yes,
iPhone.
but why would she? She works on a super base in a privately owned,
Why would you care about me?
freaking shielded
She's
city
because she's a
in
kid.
Africa.
I know it sounds stupid,
No,
but she's a
okay,
kid.
Yeah,
and
that was a terrible scene. No, it wasn't a terrible joke.
It was just a bad. It was
it
just
didn't. It didn't like
They-
ruin
they
the
didn't-
movie though.
they
It was still a
didn't
good
need it. They
movie.
didn't need it.
No, that completely ruined the movie for me.
Was you make like what are those or?
She
Well,
was-
He had like this boots on or whatever.
He was had these like sandals on, and then she was like, and then T'Challa was like, "Oh, what is this?" And then she's like, "Oh, more importantly, what are those?"
Yeah.
And then it
Nobody
was
said
like,
anything in the theater. They
I
were just
can- I
like,
can look it up.
mm.
So Isaac, let's talk about Suicide Squad for a second because I think that movie is an absolute trash fire.
Well, let's give him a little bit of background.
yeah, and you think it's good.
Well, okay.
Oh, wait, let me tell you. You said his favorite movie. I
He's
think.
expressed several
Yes,
times that
that
he really
I
likes
take
that
back.
film.
I don't
Alright.
I don't say it like every
Okay,
day.
okay, but
I'm
what
just saying he's expressed it a lot.
what is your like? What
Well,
really
let's give them
makes
background
you
first, so that they know, because they don't know us unless
Well,
there's people.
mentioned? Hey, you like this film? I do not like this
Yeah,
film.
I'm the only person here that thinks that okay.
I never
Let's-
actually
alright, fine.
fully
Let's
watched
talk-
it.
He's
I've
the
just
only
seen,
person
like,
in the country who
Wait,
likes
no.
it. Well, clearly
I
not.
do not think that Suicide Squad. Now, back a while ago, I was mistaken, and I thought that it was the greatest movie ever.
Mistaken.
I was
Yes.
sick. I was sick back then. Really don't know what was going on in my
We
mind.
really like the
But-
animes.
I do think that it is overhated. I think that it is.
It's not even hate.
It's
not-
underrated.
It is very much hated.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, people hate it. People
It's
hate it.
despised.
And
I didn't-
and here's the thing. I understand why people hate it because it's got a lot of flaws.
Yeah, there's a lot.
But I
wouldn't
think
call
it's
it
entertaining.
Flaws.
I wouldn't call it flaws. It's more like just blatant.
Flaws is more like, oh, there's here and there. There's a little bit of something. and
Flaws
something
is
here.
more like
There's
oh,
a
oopsie,
lot of
we
flaws.
made an accident. What Suicide Squad's mistakes are.
I don't like
Here's
the
a
Joker
script.
character.
Yeah, we're not
Jared Leto's
gonna
thing.
do anything to the script. What
What did you like about the movie? What was it like?
I thought it was entertaining.
Like in what way?
What about it?
I thought the story with all the villains. I thought the villain, the villain of the villains. I'm not sure how to word it. The witch.
yeah,
the
I thought that was
stupid
stupid.
witch
That
That
was
was Vitch.
Yeah.
Bitch.
the witch.
It's
was
a movie.
A terrible villain. And also, I haven't seen this movie in a couple months, so it's possible that my opinion has changed. But right now, I think that it's entertaining, and I think that people hate it a lot, and they can have
Well,
their reasons.
Let me tell you the reason why I hate it.
Okay.
The characters are so horribly written. It's kind of astonishing. And also,
And
Wow.
that reminds me one scene, the grapple hook guy.
Slipknot, the man who can climb anything.
Yeah.
I do like.
I didn't even catch that in the first
I
time
wish-
I watched it.
I wish
so.
it was in Marvel.
Katana.
I was supposed to say that. That's the best. This is Katana.
Like characters just. Okay, so Harley Quinn has this whole backstory, like, oh, she's with the Joker, and she has like
Harley Quinn was
10
probably the best character.
She has
developed.
10
because she
minutes
had the
to
most
build up.
development.
Yeah, she had like 10 minutes to build up her whole backstory, and they have all this. Viola Davis is talking over it, and that's annoying. Hate that. And then it goes into the next one, goes into Deadshot, and he gets like 5 minutes, like, hey, he likes his
Yeah.
kid, and that's his dynamic.
Stuff with
And then it goes to I think it's the fire guy. He goes next, and he's like, oh, he burned down his house and his family in it, and then they just move on to the next one. Like, okay, you gotta give us a little bit more with that.
It just the less they care about the character, or the less they think
It's because
people care about
the
character.
characters are
It's
unrecognizable,
Yeah,
and
because
they
I-
suck.
Yeah.
I haven't
Boomerang boy! Whoa!
I
He
never,
throws boomerangs!
I never watched the whole. I never watched like the full movie.
Oh man.
I want to say that
Yeah, so
I don't know.
you
I
can't
don't
really
even
have
know-
an opinion.
I don't
on
even know
every
his character
single
name, but I wish he would have decided to go with Marvel instead of DC.
Who?
Will Smith. I wish he would have gone.
Oh, I don't
on a
think he had
Marvel
the
movie.
option.
Will Smith is, like,
What character?
I'm
would you
also
use then?
not good in the movie.
Yeah,
but-
they should-
know,
no, I like
I'm a
Deadshot
fan
in
of
the
Will
movie.
Smith,
He's
like
good.
in general, but
Well,
I
we'll
don't
see,
know.
like, that's
And
why...
he was a bad guy. So he was
In
like,
West Philadelphia,
Okay,
born
you-
and raised,
Thank you,
playground.
Keagan.
Alright, yeah.
The reason Deadshot and Harley Quinn are liked characters and they have actual development is because they're recognizable. But all
Yeah.
these other characters, well, I guess Killer Croc, I guess you can make the case that he's recognizable. But his character is also stupid.
It looks stupid.
It's so dumb. It's
Also, I just like to throw this out there.
Killer Croc didn't do
Jai
anything,
Courtney,
I will give you that. Yeah.
the person who plays Boomerang Boy, he is
Boomerang Boy.
actually just horrible.
If people, okay, so if this
his
podcast
name
actually
is
gets like
Boomerang Boy.
I don't know his
more
name.
views
That's
and people
a
can go
testament.
back and watch this, I'm gonna get so much hate for saying that I thought people are gonna absolutely hate me.
Oh
Well,
my
the thing is,
God.
I know more people than just you who like this movie, and it baffles me.
I only know you. You're the only person I know who likes this movie.
Yeah, it's not an Oscar or award-winning movie.
Hey, it won an
I-
Oscar.
It is an Oscar award-winning movie.
Well, it shouldn't be.
Costume
I'll say that.
design.
I'll say that. I think that it is entertaining. That's why I like it, and I think that the idea of it is good, and obviously character development is lacking.
You know.
100% lacking is a little bit generous
Lacking.
there.
I mean,
But
it's
I
just-
personally think it's, and I understand why people don't like it. It's fine. Like you.
Also,
I'm not
another
hating.
huge issue here is, well, I mentioned briefly how the pacing is just horrible, and how they move on from things, like, they spend a lot of time dwelling on, like, oh, these are, oh man, we're developing our team, and we got like 15 minutes, and we developed our whole dynamic between how we hate these people, but we're doing it anyway, and we got the callers,
Yeah.
and then they move into the next scene, it's like, oh, we're fighting faceless minions. Literally faceless
Yeah.
minions.
Yeah.
What Marvel does, they set up the characters like in movies beforehand.
and they give them so.
I guess the one thing bad
Well,
about that is
DC
you have,
can't have
you
that.
have
They're
to, you
willing
have to
to
watch
take
those,
time.
Yeah, you have to watch those.
Also,
movies
also,
first
by the way, just want to make it
if you
clear,
want to get the
I am
characters
not
and
in
stuff.
any way defending DC. I still think Marvel is 100% better than DC.
Just the problem is that DC is cool. Like the characters
Some
in
characters
the
are
comics,
great
they
characters.
have great characters.
Like the games.
They got the freaking
DC
guy who has the red ring and he's got a cat floating above him. That's cool. That's cool. You don't see that in Marvel.
Calendar
But they don't.
Man?
Yes,
They got
Calendar Man.
Kite Man, Big
Well,
Wheel,
No, that's Marvel. I found out.
Fence-
That's Marvel.
Fence Eater.
I don't know what any of these
That's also
are.
Marvel.
No,
They
that's
have Calendar Man. Condiment Man. Also,
Condiment
They got
Man.
Condiment Man.
Is this the scene in the Batman where they show all of them?
Lego
The
Batman.
Lego Batman.
That's how I know
Yeah,
what it is.
there's-
But also,
Lego
also
Batman-
Arkham Asylum
I like
has
Lego
a lot
Batman
of these guys.
better than
Calendar Man is in Arkham City.
He's in Arkham Asylum too.
Oh, is
He's
he?
got he's got a character bio.
Oh, okay.
There's no character.
I like.
There's a
Lego.
lot. It seems like there's too many Alice in Wonderland themed villains. Did you know that there's Tweedledee
Yeah,
and
Tweedle.
They're cousins that look
Mad
similar,
Hatter.
and Mad Hatter.
There's a
Cool,
dude.
actually.
Oh, I remember
I
the Mad
love
Hatter
this guy.
from
His
Lego
name is
Batman.
his name is like Humpty Dumpty or something.
Oh yes, he's like just an obese guy, and he names himself.
He's a huge guy, and he tore
And
his grandma apart.
Yeah, dude, it's weird. I know about that from Arkham Asylum because I read the character bios.
Yes.
And it's okay.
But
It's
see,
literally just a huge fat like a guy who is like a disorder or something. I can't remember. It makes him really fat, and he's bald, and he loved taking things apart. And one day he took his grandma apart.
Yeah, just as you do.
But back on topic is DC has so much to work with here,
I
and they
know.
can be ridiculous, and it would still be
that
good.
it would make it funny. Like that's how we figured it out. That's how DC can be different from Marvel. They can be like, hey, look, we have all these ridiculous.
Calendar Man.
We have Calendar Man and Condiment Man, and we can still make this an
That's not
interesting
going to
movie.
save their franchise.
no,
Oh,
no,
no.
but they can be different in that way.
Sure.
That would be. I would love to see a movie where Calendar Man and Condiment Man and Humpty Dumpty
That
shows
would
up.
be entertaining. To say
I would,
Exactly.
I would definitely watch that movie. I
And
don't
at
care how
this
terrible
point,
it is.
that's what you're looking for is entertainment, because you're not
Yes.
getting that from Suicide
Yeah.
Squad. You're not getting that from Justice League.
And you know, DC kind of lost their privilege to make movies like intense and action packed.
Yeah, since Justice League.
So
they've
that's a perfect DC. If you're listening, please,
DC,
The owner of DC is listening to this podcast
Please.
right now.
please, I beg of you, that would be perfect. Now that I'm
Listen
thinking
to
of
us,
it, the
young,
more and more.
young people who
I
have
don't
never
know if
taken
it
a
would
film
be-
class in
Well,
their life.
okay, I misspoke. I didn't mean perfect. But I would love to see a movie with
would
like
be-
all
But
their.
like that's not necessarily the problem
Can we get a
either.
Condiment
no,
Man standalone
definitely.
movie, please?
Yeah.
No, that would be
Please.
terrible.
I'd rather
Yes.
have
I want
No, but if
Suicide
DC,
Squad
if
2
DC's
with
thing,
Humpty Dumpty, Condiment Man, Fence Eater, and Big Wheel.
Big Wheel is Marvel.
I don't care.
Mix them!
Watch out.
No, he like fights Spider-Man. I think. I'm pretty sure he's like a Spider-Man villain.
Come on, you can't have a Spider-Man game without Big Wheel.
Speaking of
Spider-Man
Yeah.
game.
Oh no, not
We should-
There
Talk
is a
about-
Spider-Man game coming
That
out
new
for
Spider-Man
PS1.
game
Speaking
coming
of
out.
Looks
Spider-Man.
awesome.
Speaking of Spider-Man in general, what do you guys think of the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies?
Yeah, let's think. Let's
Besides the
Oh
third
wait,
one.
yeah, I
Besides
know
the
he's
third
got
one.
a controversial
Besides
opinion
the
on
third
this.
let's reflect on it.
1 and 2 are
Where's
good.
my
I think 1 and 2
Okay,
are really good.
one is good for what it is. It's cheesy and
Well,
you
yeah,
know,
of course.
it's cheesy, but it's still like
I like it.
What was my
it's got a nice little things going on. 2 is actually good. 2 is a good movie.
No, it is not.
How is it not a good movie?
Two's better than
Okay,
one.
you know what? No.
I honestly
haven't
don't
seen
remember.
those
I haven't
yet,
seen him in
so
such a
I
long
might
time.
The one
remember
with Doc
hating
Ock.
it.
Oh
Characters-
yes, that one is good. You don't like Doc Ock?
Yeah,
No,
he's such
that's
a
one of the
he's-
reasons I don't like
he is such a well-developed
Yeah.
character.
Oh yeah, I
He's
remember.
an actual
Because
good
Green
villain.
Goblin is like
Instead of
really
Green
stupid.
Goblin where he like crawls around.
Yeah, he's
on the
super
floor
cheesy in
and
that movie.
Yeah,
retarded.
and well, I think it's interesting how like the
Don't tell Harry.
guy is mentally like challenged and that like
He's just
I don't
insane,
know.
Joe.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that's most of.
That's
Well,
most.
I know,
That's
but
most
I
villains.
thought they
Don't tell Harry.
Very nice. And then he doesn't tell Harry.
I
He's a
honest-
retard.
I honestly don't remember.
Spider-Man
I
killed
like
his dad
Tobey
because
Maguire
he was
He
a bad guy.
was the sand guy, and
I think Sandman.
That was
That guy-
that was depressing.
I think
His-
Sandman was
the
an
scene where he
interesting
turns
case 'cause
into-
he was a bad guy, but it was like to
For his
save his
family.
son.
Yeah.
That movie was horrible. Why are we talking about
Well,
Spider-Man?
no.
3?
But I
It's
don't
not
think
about Star Wars.
I don't think Spider-Man 3 was a good movie. I
No.
think Sandman
We're talking
could
about
have done
superhero
better
movies. That's the
with
theme.
Sandman because it's actually an interesting
Anakin
case
the
because he's like
superhero.
doing
Shut up.
crimes and stuff, but it's to save his like his son has cancer, I think, or I don't remember what is it.
But is it?
But is it a good movie?
No,
But the-
that's not what I'm talking about. I'm
No,
not saying
but
a good
it's
movie.
completely ruined by the way like
Exactly,
he
it's not-
interacts with everyone. Is just so like
I think they could have done better with that whole thing.
Why
Sure,
don't they have
had a
Rhino?
dynamic going on there.
He's probably going to be in he
He's
is
in-
going to be in Spider-Man.
He was in
game.
the Amazing
what
Spider-Man
is it
2,
called?
which is
What's the game called?
horrible.
I
No,
don't
no,
see the
let's
second
not even
one.
mention
It's a
those.
god-awful movie.
I don't even want to see him because, like, no.
The
Just stutters.
one where it's like the guy who's not good.
Andrew
what's-
Garfield?
Andrew Garfield.
He's not that bad.
But he's not Peter Parker. He's like this outgoing, all the girls like him,
Yeah.
not nervous, not socially
Well, he
awkward
was.
at
Well,
all.
I mean, like, you can see that, like, when he talked... No, I think his character, I think it's fine as far as it goes, at least. Because you can see him, like, the way he interacts, I think, is genuine. I think
I
they
think
got
so.
that down a little bit.
Yeah.
I think if you're going to give him credit in any area, I think that's it.
You know another thing? I like the scene in Spider-Man 2 where he's like, he has his glasses back on and he's like, I don't know why it's funny, but he like takes the guy's hot dog and he's like, he just stole that guy's hot dog.
Yeah.
And that's like really
That's
funny.
why I love superhero movies that are schlocky and cheesy.
Yeah, because they're just, they know they're
Another
superhero
reason
movies.
if DC
Exactly.
made a movie where they were like, hey, look at all our crazy villains. They can make that entertaining.
Because here's, sorry.
I'm glad that you
And I don't
brought that
think
up.
Marvel could do that, to be honest.
Well,
Here's
not
the thing.
anymore.
They couldn't. They don't
Now,
have the resources.
superhero movies are taking way too much, like, they're taking themselves way too seriously.
Yeah.
Trying to be, like, this
I
super deep
No,
thing.
for sure. Yeah,
No,
I
that's
agree.
always-
No,
they've
no,
always
no,
done
I agree with
Wait,
you. I'm
they're-
not.
they
I,
can't
by
do,
that,
like,
I
season-
That's
meant, like,
why I like Spider-Man 2, because it knows it's schlocky.
Yeah.
Like, oh, Spider-Man's stopping a train
Yeah.
with his webs.
Yeah, and he's like, ah.
That's why I like Spider-Man Homecoming, because it's the same thing.
Well, yeah,
Exactly.
and when you
It's
think
similar,
about it, when you
at
think
least.
about it, superhero movies,
They did a good
Are
job with that one. I
guys
really
in
Yeah, Tom Holland's
costumes
really good.
chasing
Tom
other
Holland.
guys in
Well,
costumes.
yeah, okay, so, like, the Avengers, it's like, we gotta save the world, and we're like, superheroes. And then, like, Spider-Man, it's like, I gotta stop this guy from selling weapons, and it's on a much smaller scale,
Yes.
and
Yep.
his character is based on just, like, him, and not, like, his, idea, and, like, how he's a superhero. It's based on how he interacts with people.
And Guardians of the
basically.
Galaxy is the same. I mean, even though they save things on a bigger scale,
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy,
They're,
That's
it's
what
not
every- that's what
trying
everyone
to be
it's a
serious.
character-based film.
And,
Yes.
and if DC made a movie, I know I keep bringing this up, but I really like that you brought that up in the first place
If
because
DC
I really
made
think
a
that.
movie like that where they just don't care,
But they
it's
can't
just-
focus on characters. That's their
Yes.
problem.
Mhm.
They can't write characters.
So I want to talk about Star Wars here because I'm
I'm
looking back on Star Wars and I'm like, okay, they're good for what they are, but
You can
they're
afford-
way too
Star Wars.
overhyped,
Let me say this. Star
especially now.
Sorry, let me say this. Star Wars is
Mighty
overrated.
Lord.
I'm gonna say it. Star
Yeah, for
Wars,
sure.
Nowadays, yes.
Yeah, no,
They're
it's-
expecting too much
yeah.
of it.
Everyone loves Star Wars. Like everyone.
I know people who
And
don't.
they like Star Wars for the wrong reason. The reason Star Wars is good is just because back in its time it was, all these like high sci-fi type
Yeah,
ideas
I like those
executed in a way that had not been
Yeah.
seen before,
Yeah.
Or
basically.
in space. That's just the coolest concept you could
Yeah,
ever
back in the
have.
70s, like
But now we've done that
over and over.
over and over
Yeah.
again,
I
and
think-
we don't know where. And the problem with the Star Wars is
We don't know what's gonna happen.
they
next.
don't know where to go.
Oh, clearly. They're grasping onto
Yeah.
random lines from,
They're just-
oh, this is the same ship that did the Kessel Run. Kessel Run, let's do a movie on that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, and also I'm gonna be completely honest. When I see movies for the Star Wars movies, movies. Sorry, I misspoke. When I see trailers for the Star Wars movies, I don't feel like, oh, I really want to see that. I'll go see it, and it's good.
Marvel movies.
Oh, you know,
That's how I
you
feel for like the
yeah.
Force. I felt like that for the Force
yeah,
Awakens.
Force
Oh,
Awakens.
what?
No, I felt
I
like
was
that
so
when I
No,
saw the
Force
trailer.
Awakens.
No, for Force Awakens, I was like, oh
Because
yes,
that's
they're
the
redoing
first
Star
Star
Wars.
Wars
Everyone was hyped for
Star
the
Wars
Force
2,
Awakens.
How could you
Last
not be?
Jedi.
Yeah.
I was like, I mean, I'm excited for it, but I'm not gonna
Well, after Rogue
count
One.
down the days.
Have you guys seen Rogue One?
Yes,
Yeah.
but I have an opinion on.
Oh, I
Rogue
hate
One.
Rogue One.
It's at the first time I watched it, I was like, oh yeah, that's pretty good. It's an interesting twist. I watched it again. It's boring. It's
It
so
is
boring.
boring.
Yeah.
It's so boring.
Solo is
But
so
dude,
much better.
No,
I haven't
Solo.
seen
I mean,
Solo. I
Can
really
we talk
wanna
about
see
Solo?
No, I want to talk about Rogue One.
Let's keep on. Let's keep on.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about Rogue One here because I thought the movie was okay at best, and then I rewatched it semi recently, and it's actually terrible.
It's
not
really
terrible.
It is actually terrible.
I don't think it's terrible.
I don't think it's terrible either.
think
I think it's
terrible's too
boring.
much of, like,
That's
a-
what I think.
No, but what they're doing throughout the movie is, guys, the Death Star. Guys, you know these things. God, this guy has the Force. Oh my God, it's the You'll Be Dead guy from Star Wars Episode 4. I mean, I think Red Letter Media said it best when they did that.
I thought
ATST, Star Wars. I clapped when I saw Darth Vader.
That was
That was a cool scene,
that was
though.
an interesting scene at least.
You guys are falling into
you don't like that scene. That was cool.
The
It
Vader
was
scene
cool,
was the best part of the
but
movie.
it's like,
Yeah,
Sure.
so we're gonna wrap it up. We talked about superhero movies and Star Wars. We managed to cover both of those in one podcast. Two very big genres, but
you're telling me.
yeah. So
Yeah, you're telling me, pal.
so we're gonna end it here. Thank you everyone for watching, and yeah, see you later.